Mary and Kate are best friends. They are preparing for the back to school. That's why the day before that, they reviewed the possible discussions they will tackle about in class. Mary's mom is the one who will tutor them because she was an English teacher. First and foremost, they studied about the importance of word orders in our daily communication, such as how to construct a normal word order and inverted word order.
In constructing normal word order, the subject comes first before the verb. For example, two birds were on the branch. The birds are the subject, and where is the verb? Well, in constructing inverted word orders, the verb comes before the subject. For example, on the branch were two birds. As you can see, the inverted word is simply the opposite of the normal word. And remember, inverted word order is the best used in creative writing, where creative writers like poets are commonly use it to make their literary works more appealing to the readers. So my question for you two, what is the importance of word orders in our daily communication? Okay, let's start to you.
For me, Auntie, the importance of word order is that when we are having a conversation with others, we can clearly understand each other as well as can create a grammatically correct sentence.
Okay, very good. That's right, Kate. How about you, Mary?
In my opinion, Mom, the word orders are important because once a student has developed a basic vocabulary, every part of the sentence that we will make can be the way to help a student understood the basic building blocks of the English sentence.
Okay, let's move on the next lesson. Later, I will tell you how to good is your responses to me. Mary and Kate, what is your idea about interjections?
In my opinion, that is the one that helps to deliver a speech with some feelings.
Yes, that's right, Mary. Interjection is a part of speech that expresses strong feelings or sudden emotions. It is commonly used in informal language, that in formal writing or speech. For example, oh no, I accidentally said my surprise plan. Now, can you give me your own example based on the lesson that we are talking about?
Me, Auntie.
Okay, go ahead.
Yippee, we won. Because of that, I will greet you.
It's my turn. Ouch! That hurts.
Okay, very good. As I can see, you've learned something today. Keep it up until the first day of your school. But for now, that's all I can teach you kids because it's already sleep time. And eventually, Kate needs to go home now.
Good night, Kate. See you tomorrow at school.
Oh, hi Mary. Sit here next to me.
Thank you, Kate.
Okay, class. Good morning. Our topic is all about sequence signals or connectors. Who knows what it is?
Sequence signal or connectors are used to link situations from one sentence to the next to give paragraph coherence. They also signal how to interpret the relationship between sentences. Coherence means passage is understandable, clear, and thoughts, and logically ordered.
Very good, Mary. Okay, there are different types of connectors, but for today's lesson, we will talk about sequence signals or sequence connectors. Who can give me an example of sequence signals?
Ma'am, before, during, and after.
Okay, that's right. Everything you said is right. Good job. The sequence signals or connectors can help you in comprehending passage and also in reading coherent one. Who can give me an example of a sentence with sequence signals?
First, heat the oil in the frying pan, then put all the marinated chicken pieces.
Good job, Kate. Now, let's talk about taking note of sequence signals or connectors. The importance of word order in the English language, like any other language in the world, is dynamic and alive. The words we choose when we speak this language and when properly used will serve as well as communicate with others. The normal word order is the simple and easy to understand because we have the subject and verb to complete the thought of our statement. And the inverted word order is simply reverse the order of the words without losing its sense thus. The words are not scrambled randomly, but rather the subject is switched or replaced in the other part of the sentence. Who can give me an example of normal word to inverted word? Okay, yes, Mary, give me an example.
The normal word is are you, a huge mouse, run into the hole, and the inverted word is into the hole, run a huge mouse.
Very good. Okay, class, now we will proceed to different techniques in reading. One of them is skimming, which is reading a text quickly to get an overview of the material and get the main points. Identifying the author's purpose is important to reading comprehension. There are 3 basic reasons for the author. Write something. Who can give me the 3 reasons? Yes, Mary?
First is called persuade. For the first reason, author tries to convince the reader to do or believe something. Second is inform. This reason authors want to give us information about the said topic. The last one is called entertain or entertainment. The authors want us to be enjoy from the certain topic.
Very well said, Mary. Class, all of the 3 basic reasons that tell Mary is important. This is one way to help us to understand the author's purpose. So I guess you all understand why it's so important to know the author purpose. Then we proceed to another one. This is all about connection. In your own idea, why do you think it's important that we have connection? This is important, especially to the readers. Readers make comparison also between to the text that they are currently reading and to another text that they are done reading with. So very good, kids. So now we need to proceed to the next lesson because the time is running. And we need to finish this today, and I guess you all understand why our making out connection is important to us. Okay, class, let's proceed to advanced organizer and sequence chart. Does anyone know the differences between those two? The difference between the two is advanced organizer is information that guide us to understand what we read while. Thank you, class. That's right. Does anyone know what is the use of fishbone diagram? In the fishbone diagram, the head is for the effect while the bone is for causes. Good job, everyone. I hope you all understand our topic today. Class, let's move on to the next topic. Our next topic is all about special words or expressions and their specific functions. Words or expressions can be formal and informal. Their specific functions is detailed the situation. Agreeing and disagree. Agreeing is when you are agree to the person, and disagreeing is when you disagree. So class, give me some examples of agreeing and disagreeing.
Example disagreement is I totally disagree. Like, no, that's not true. I'm not sure about that.
Example of expressing agreement is absolutely. I think so, you're right. Yes, that's right. Now let's proceed to another word or expressions, personal and general. Anyone does know what it's all about.
Personal is we express ourselves, also give our opinion, while general what other people say or in general opinion.
That's right. Class, to everyone, I hope you learn something new in our topic. Good morning, everyone. We are here again for another lesson in English, which is eponym. Is there anyone who knows what this eponym?
An eponym is refers to a person or thing which something else is named.
Very good, Kate. We have 6 types of eponym. We have simple, compound, possessive, suffix-based, clippings, and blends. First, simple eponym. Did you know what is simple eponym? Yes? Simple and eponym is which a proper noun has been fully adopted and becomes the common name of something. Very good. Next, what is compound in the past? First structure if plus past perfect plus would have plus past participle example. If he had woken up on time, he would have taken the FX, and second structure would have plus participle plus if plus past perfect example. She would have helped us if she know we were there. Okay class, let's proceed to our next topic. Our next topic is all about gestures. Does anyone know what is speech choir? Speech choir is performing a side unison. That's right. Also, speech choir is a performing art that is also known as interpretation of choral speaking, and yes, they are moving unison. Thus, movements are what we call gestures. First, we have hand gestures. These are forms of nonverbal communication, which allows a person to communicate a range of thought and feeling with or without speech. These are the common hand gesture. We have pointing, dividing, and receiving. Can anyone define what it's all about?
Pointing. By pointing your index finger is to identify a thing or idea.
Yes?
Dividing. You can do this by extending your hand with your finger close together and moving your hand from side to side.
That's right. And last is emphasizing. When the first is clenched and the row of knuckles is the parallel with the speaker's shoulder. Now let's proceed to next gestures. That is facial expression. Why is a facial expression important in speech choir? Because facial gesture can help the audience understand the message. Yes, that's right. Now let's proceed to body gesture. Body gesture is that pertains to the movement of the body mixed with hand gestures and facial gesture. And that's it. I hope you all understand our topic about gesture. Now let's move on to our next topic, which is prosodic features of speech. Prosody is the study of all the elements of language that contribute toward acoustic and rhythmic effects, chiefly in the poetry. Does anyone have an idea about prosodic features?
Prosodic features is the elements combined when speaking.
That's right. Juncture refers to the pauses within sentence to separate words. Also, the meaning. There are three juncture symbols that we use in speech. First is a single bar, indicates that the need for a slight pause. Second is the double bar juncture, indicates that need for a longer pause. Last is the double cross juncture, indicate a drop in pitch. Next is stress.
Stress is the emphasis given to certain syllables in words.
Ma'am, intonation. It is the raising and the lowering of the voice when speaking.
Okay, class. Now we are heading in the last lesson. The title is Informative, Journalistic, and Literary Writing. Who knows what the content of this lesson? Raise a relative who wants to answer.
Informative serves to inform. It provides or discloses information, or it could be also instructive. Journalistic could be in radio, newspaper, television, and online journalism that presents information. Literary, a wide variety of imaginative and creative writing that leads to the appreciation of variety of subjects.
Excellent! Okay, class. Just look at me and listen carefully. The lead is the first paragraph of a news story. This is meant to attract readers. It also provides the climax of the story. The traditional lead in journalistic writing can start with information ranging from who, what, where, when, why, and how, or simply but 5 W's and an H. Who can read the example of who lead?
When lead May 16 is the start of the lifting of the ECQ in the majority of the provinces in the Philippines.
What lead? COVID-19 will trigger a higher community prices. Economics from the University of the Philippines said in symposium last Tuesday.
Where lead? Hong Kong was filled with protesters last Saturday as ongoing conflict between the government and its citizens worsened.
It is about how related the information we get from our sources. Third is authority. It pertains to the credibility of the source. Next is clarity. This encompasses more than how clear the information is. Thank you.
Very well said. Miss Mary already discussed it. Ha ha ha. So thank you. So anybody who has questions? So it means everybody understand it. Okay, our next lesson is all about modal that express obligation. Now Mary, can you answer me? What is modal that express obligation?
Good question, ma'am. So, modal express that obligation is a special verbs that behave irregularly in English. They're different from normal verb.
So class, do you understand her?
Yes, madam.
Okay, let's move on the next lesson. It is all about the inferring thought, feelings, and intentions, so who have an idea in our lesson. Yes, Kate again, what is your idea about it?
It is using observation and background to reach a logical conclusion.
Very well, Miss Kate. Hey Mary, wake up. It's already 4 a.m. in the morning, yet you're still in your bed.
But, Mom, it's still early to wake me up. There's still no sun, Mom.
But you said last night I should wake up you early because you have a recitation for English literature. Am I right, Mary Smith?
Ash, I forgot. I still have to review about the conditionals, and there's still a second and third of conditionals along with IPI or International Phonetic Association alphabet, then stress, rhythm, falling rising pattern, and vice versa.
So get up, because there is still a lot for you to catch up, young lady.
Aye, Captain.
Go on, you still have 2 hours, 15 minutes, and 10 seconds. Since your class starts at exactly 7 o'clock, so go and ready yourself. Since we only have 20 participants and we still have 5 minutes before I start our discussion, we'll wait for others to join 5 seconds had passed. While we're waiting for others to join, review our modules from Module 15, 16A, 16B because we're having a recitation within previous lesson in Module 15, 16A, and 16B. Since already 8:15, we'll begin with our recitation. Okay, class. Can you define to me the conclusion? If you want to answer, just click the emoji. Yes, Mary Smith. Am I right?
Yes, madam. Well, conditional was used to speculate about what could happen, what might have happened, and what we wish would happen. Since in English, most sentences using the conditional word if.
Very well, Mrs. Smith. For the second question, where would we use the second conditional? Yes, Miss Kate Jones.
Yes, madam, we're going to use second conditional, and we are going to talk about the future events that are not unlikely to happen.
Very well said. So, who can give me the first and second structure and also one example of each structure?
First structure if plus simple past plus would plus base form. Example: if I met her again, I would tell her the truth. Second structure: would plus base form plus if plus simple past. Example: we would pass the exam if we studied.
Very good. How about third conditional and the structure? Other people? Plus I only have 1 and 2 two students in the class. We use the third conditional when talking about things that are contrary to the past facts. In other words, events that didn't happen in the attributive eponym.
Eponym, mix, and description.
Good. What about possessive eponym?
Attribute ownership to their namesake.
Good, Kate. Next, what about suffix base?
Eponym, in which a name of a person is combined with a suffix to form a new word.
Next, blends. Eponym in which two words are blended. Very good. Since you all know what if eponym, start to answer activities 1, 2, 3 at home. Goodbye, class.
Hour later, Kate and Mary decided to talk about their next lesson in English.
In our next lesson, we have word formation.
Wait, it looks familiar. Clipping, blending, and acronym is the three process of word formation, right?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Since you know what this word formation is, then give me example of clipping.
Gasoline to gas, and laboratory to lab.
What about blending?
Smoke plus fog to smug, and spoon plus fork to spork.
You're really good. What about acronym?
As soon as possible or ASAP, and personal identification number or PIN.
You're good.
Thanks!
Good evening, class. So for today's lesson, you will learn the different types of context clues. So let's see if you have some knowledge about our topic for today. What do you call to that type of context clue had explained or state directly in the sentence? Yes, Mary.
Its definition or restated clue.
Very good. And we have or, which is also called in other words, and that is that we use to identify if this is a definition clue. The second is example clue. Who wants to give a definition for this one? Yes, Mary. Other hands, please. Yes, Kate.
The example clues defines the writers uses a familiar words to help readers to understand the meaning of a difficult word. And we have like, such as, other, these, including, this, for instance, and etc. to identify if a sentence is an example clue. Thank you.
Wow, nice explanation. Excellent. So Kate already discussed about it. We are now going to another type of context clue. We have an antonym or contrast clue. It indicates that the writers uses opposite words to help readers understand the meaning of the vocabulary words. We have signal words like, on the other hand, unlike, but, however, while, different, as opposed to, in contrast, on the contrary, by. Next is synonym or comparison. Clue, here the writer draws a comparison using the other or more familiar terms. Within the sentence or the succeeding one, we have the signal words such as like, as, also, similarly, same as, likewise, related to, in the same manner, to let us identify if it is a synonym or comparison clue. So what are the different types of context clue? We have a definition or statement clue, example clue, and antonym or contrast clue, and synonym or comparison clue. We're done here, so we will proceed to another lesson, which is a tackle about distinguishing relevant and irrelevant information. First thing first, can someone define what information is? After 1 minute, teachers. No one? So let me define it for all. Information is a facts provided or learned about something or someone, and we have ways to identify if an information is relevant. Can somebody recite what is the different criteria? Yes, Mary.
We have currency. Currency is how current or recent the information is. Second is relevant.